Hello, Chiefs fans, and welcome to another episode of Kingdom Corner, Chiefs versus Raiders here in RGR Football. This is your weekly tailgate show with me, Thunder Dan 88, former semi-pro football player and huge Chiefs fan. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and tap that notification bell to make sure you get all of our updated videos and such going forward. If you want to hear more from us, and leave comments, and we'll reply. This week we have the Chiefs playing the only team that's beaten them this season. The Chiefs are 8-1, the Raiders 6-3. Since they played us, the Raiders proceeded to get blown out by the Tampa Bay Bucks, 45-20. The other three games, they scored 30 points plus twice, and they scored 16 points against the Cleveland Browns. The Chiefs, on the other hand, have scored 26 points once against the Bills. The other three games, they scored 30 plus, and of course 40 plus versus the Denver Broncos. Chiefs have been on a tear. They've won with the run game. They've won with defense and special teams. And, of course, the last two games, Patrick Mahomes put up almost 800 yards and 9 touchdowns through the air, reminding everyone of who he is and what he's capable of doing. On the other side of the ball, other side of the field, rather, the Raiders have Derek Carr, who went over 200 yards against the Tampa Bay Bucks and didn't do it again. In fact, he didn't go over 165 yards again. And against the Cleveland Browns, he threw for 111 yards. That will not get it done against your Kansas City Chiefs this weekend. The difference between the way they played against us, against the Kansas City Chiefs, and the way they've played since then is a different kind of Raiders against us and the same old Raiders against everyone else they've played since then. If they come with that tomorrow, Sunday, today if you're watching it on Sunday, this evening, it's not going to be enough. It's not going to be nearly enough. The points they've scored, they haven't scored enough. They're going to have to put a lot more points on the board. Patrick Mahomes is lit. Andy Reid said he was fine. He seemed a little upset about the victory laps that the Raiders took after that win at Arrowhead. A little bit of a sensitive nerve for the Chiefs, perhaps, but they just want to take care of business. They want to be back on track. Le'Veon Bell was excited about having an extra week of rest, not only for his body, but to mentally go through mental reps and really learn the Chiefs' offense. He's been assimilating it as much as he could as he went, but that game time situation, it puts a lot of pressure on the player, and you're trying to execute while you're trying to learn. And this time he got to have a whole week of just learning the offense, just focusing on getting better at the offense and executing in his mind his reps and getting used to guys in practice, getting used to the speed and the pace, including most of the interior offensive line. We've been missing our tackles for the last week because of the COVID list. They're both back. Schwartz, however, will still be out with his sore back. On the Raiders side of the ball, they had, I think, 10 or 11 guys at this point that were on the COVID list. 7 of those 10 or 11 have been brought back, including LaMarcus Joyner and Jonathan Abram and a couple of their starting defensive linemen. So it's going to be pretty much the usual Raiders against the usual Chiefs starting rosters. We will be without Sammy Watkins once again, who was coming back from the hamstring injury, had a full practice, and then he was limited again the next day, on Thursday, I believe, and they've decided he's out this week. So we'll be down to Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Demarcus Robinson, Byron Pringle, and who else they bring up, we're not sure yet because Mecole Hardman is still on the COVID list. So we'll be without Sammy, we'll be without Mecole, and it'll be interesting to see what they do. I'd like to see them bring up Jody Fortson. I'd like to hear what you guys think. Who do you think they should bring up to possibly fill in another receiver spot? Or should they just roll with the guys they have already starting? The run game, both Darrell Williams and CEH, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, were sick this week. It was illness. It wasn't COVID. It was some stomach thing. They both are fine. They both return to practice. They're full go. Le'Veon Bell has been full go. There's nothing wrong with him. And like I said, he's just getting better at the offense. The offensive line has worked through its issues, losing Kelechi Osemele, losing LDT at the beginning of the season when he opted out. They've done it with a bunch of guys coming in off the bench, working like starters when they should have been swing guys, and performing quite well, including Daniel Kilgore and Mike Remmers and Nick Allegretti. You know the names. You know the usual suspects. They're going to be out there. They're going to be grinding, and they're going to be hungry for that win. Patrick Mahomes has stated in interview, they'll be ready. They're going to be right. They're going to be fired up this time. I'm looking forward to seeing what the Chiefs bring. I'm looking forward to see if they put any fun little new plays in there for us, any new wrinkles in their first game at Allegiant Stadium. And I know that they're hoping to open that stadium up for their first game there the way they did at SoFi with the W. Hopefully not in overtime. Hopefully it doesn't take that long this time. I'd like to see them put them away pretty early. I think it's going to be a blowout in favor of the Chiefs. I'm calling it about 48-21. I won't be surprised if there's a 50-burger on the table for the Chiefs. And if they hold them under 20 points, that wouldn't surprise me either. The way the Raiders have played since they played us. And like I said, the way the Chiefs are fired up right now. Put some notes in the comments. Let us know what you think. Like I said, hit that subscribe button. Bang that notification bell. And let us know if there's anything else you'd like to see content-wise, and we'll bring it to you. Check out my other things on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, all under ThunderDan88. And be sure and check in with me on Chiefs Chat on my ThunderDan88 page on YouTube here tomorrow night, or Sunday night if you're watching this Sunday morning, tonight, after the game, while I give my post-game report. And I'll have some notes. If we don't do this, if we don't win this, it could make things really difficult going forward, as it could put the Raiders in a good position to battle us for the AFC West title, as they've got an easier schedule going forward than we do. Kansas City Chiefs' schedule is much more difficult going forward than the Raiders, and they're going to need every win they can get, starting with the Sunday night game against the Raiders in Vegas. Till then, go Chiefs.
Thanks for watching this video from the team at RGR Football. Click these videos to see more, and subscribe to RGR Football.